Hey, Coach, so glad you found us. Couple things. First of all, subscribe. Please go over and do that. That will keep you updated with everything that we're doing. Second thing is go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. If you want to put hardware in your basement, if you want to win more games, let me help you do that. I will give you my personal email address. We'll do one-on-one calls. We'll do office hours, less than $1 a day, 14-day free trial. Go over and check it out. Let's head off to the video.
Welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. Coach Bill, how are you?
Hello, Coach.
I know. I'm good. I'm back from
Happy
vacation.
summer.
Yeah,
You had a nice vacation,
I did, but
yeah. A little
work
Hawaii.
hard, play hard, man. Don't you
That's
think?
right. Dude, yeah. You didn't win a state title this year. I don't know. I mean,
I know. Hopefully, this is the year. This is the year. If
I'm
my
teasing.
players are the
Yeah.
odds of my players listening to this podcast are zero, but if they're listening, all right. So before we get into today's topic, we want to make sure people go over and check out Coaching Youth Hoops, right? But what else?
Go check out coachingyouthhoops.com for all your youth coaching needs, from practice plans to drills to our own offenses and defenses, everything geared to you, the youth coach. Go check it out at coachingyouthhoops.com.
And then what else are we teasing out that is literally going to change youth sports moving forward, in my opinion? Coaching.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, one of the building out our very own first tech product. And you can go sign up, get early access to that right now. It's launching in the fall. Go to coachingyouthhoops.com/AI. It will literally change the way you do practice moving forward, the way you analyze games. It's not only for coaches, it's going to be for parents as well. They can get feedback on what their son or daughter need to work on in the game of basketball. So go check it out at coachingyouthhoops.com/AI. It's
A
coming.
little hint there, little hint
Yeah,
there,
exactly. Yeah.
a little hint in the URL. And last week I made fun of Coach about the long URL that's like was 75 characters or whatever. So he made it shorter. So
I changed it for you guys.
yeah, he changed it for me, so I wouldn't tease him anymore. Um, all right, so today's topic it's an interesting one. I think I was not good at this early in my career. I think I got better at this, but let's talk what's the topic today, Coach?
Yeah, taking a look. What do you tell your kids at halftime at a youth game? So again, this is not a high school game. You got a little bit longer. You get to go in the locker room. We're talking about anywhere from, a lot of our tournaments are 2 minutes. Like what do you do, right? What's the fixes you do in 2 minutes? 5, 10 minutes. Sometimes you have, depending on your type of youth game, but it's a very, very short period of time that you have to do add any corrections.
First of all, being a youth coach is like, I'm not saying it's herding cats, but going to these tournaments, it's like I think I had some warm-ups who were like pregame or halftime were like less than a minute.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
Like you
yeah, yeah.
never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, because the
So
game before you could go in overtime and they want to get you
yep.
going, or
So then
otherwise it
so
throws
you don't
out the
have
whole
time to
schedule, right?
prep. You don't
So,
have the time to warm up. And then sometimes
right,
it's like, oh crud, we're already 37 minutes behind. Your halftime now is a
right.
minute and 25 seconds. And they hit it on the
Yeah.
clock. It's like, so I think the important thing is to roll with it. So that'd be number one, because it's gonna happen. If you do
Okay.
it long enough, it's gonna happen. I think it's short and sweet is you
But yeah.
yeah.
What do you look for? What do you do? Like it's short, definitely short and sweet, but what short and sweet?
Right.
What should you focus on?
I tend to focus on defensively what we're not do. I tend to focus on our defense
Hmm.
when I have less time. What's hurting us? How are they scoring? How can we stop them from scoring?
Hmm.
That's what I tend to do. Like you and I were talking about before we even jumped in the air, sometimes it's a minute and a half, it's potty break time.
Or filling up the water bottles,
Filling
right?
up their water bottles. Mom got me a Gatorade at the concession
Yeah,
stand. Can I go get it, coach? Blah, blah, blah. So sometimes it's not even X's and O's, it's
right.
administrative or me grabbing, hey, go do layups for a couple minutes. And I grab, Susan and Claire and talk to them about what we need to do because they're the two that are handling the ball 70% of the time because we're coaching a fourth grade girls team or fifth grade boys team. I got to like, you guys, here's what we're doing. They're doubling us. You two got to do this. But so sometimes it's a micro um, adjustment too, rather than you don't tend to get macro. You tend to get very micro adjustments at
Yeah.
halftime at a youth game, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. And it's just one thing. Again, depending on how much time you have, really, but it's usually just one very important thing that you want to do, or maybe you want to, hey, we're going to come out with a press in the second half,
Right.
right?
You're not changing your offense in a
Yeah,
halftime of a
changing
youth
your outline.
game. You're
Yeah,
not like doing,
yeah.
we have never run box and one, and now I'm going to draw it
No,
up, and in
right.
3 minutes we're going to do it. Like, and
No,
I mean, maybe there's
very unique
exceptions to every rule,
situation,
but
right? Yeah.
yes, it's
But
yeah.
I was gonna say, well, maybe though you do have a man offense, I mean a man defense and a zone defense, and you make those changes at halftime. Oh, we're gonna go to our zone the first, right? Just something they already know how to do, or hey, we're getting killed on the boards, right? We need to do a better job to, secure the ball and offensive side and defensive side. Just one thing, make sure you get low on the box outs, but it's got to be quick. Very similar, like, even timeouts. It's the same kind of concept, which we talked about before on the podcast, which, again, that one quick tip for them, again, halftime at a youth game is not very long.
No,
But
it's
I think
chaos.
I think what might be helpful, and I just was thinking about this as we're talking about this subject is, okay, now let's switch gears a little bit, and then we're going to bring it back to youth. How long do you have for your halftime in a high school game?
10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes. How do you think about the structure of that 10 minutes?
I think about the first 3 to 4 minutes is them adjusting, them drinking, then going to the bathroom, and me talking to my assistant coaches. And then I tend to have one of my notebooks. Um, I tend to have one of these with me, and I write
Hmm.
down one or two big things that I got to talk about. Um, and I go through those one or two things. I've already talked to my coaches about it. Um,
Hmm.
and then I go in and I do that, and then I ask for input from the players. But the high school halftime, I my leaders at halftime have already written on the board things we did well and things we need to improve on.
While you're
So
talking to the coaches,
I'm talking to
they're
the
doing
coaches.
that. It's a
So I
good
already
idea.
go in
Yeah.
and I go,
Right.
and sometimes
Okay.
it's yep. We're not
Hmm.
boxing out, we're turning the ball, or no, or whatever. So I try
Right.
to put a little bit back on them. Again, youth, you don't have the opportunity to do that.
And you
But
don't usually
but
have a
if you think
whiteboard.
about it in a micro part of that, you have three
Yeah.
minutes. You still probably got to let them go to the bathroom. You probably still got to let them drink or do something or readjust. And then, like you said, you just shrink it rather than three things. Maybe you talk about that one specific thing. Um,
Yeah.
and then you could ask your leaders, what are we doing well? What are we, I mean, especially if it's a seventh or eighth grade team, it's like, what's bothering us? What can we change? What do you think? I always like to throw it back on them to give them some ownership.
Yeah, absolutely. I still do that. I mean, my fourth grade girls team, I do that all the time. I ask them, what do you see? You got one thing for me? And somebody will usually step up and say something. And honestly, I don't care if it's right or wrong, right? I'm just happy that they do. And then I want to empower them to at least they're thinking about the game because you'd be surprised how much they know. And it's nice to hear from them and they're like, oh yeah, yeah, right? Or they're so used to it now, once in a while they'll raise their hand and say, hey, this is what we need to do better, or a lot of times too, somebody will say, "Hey guys, head up. We're still, we're down 10, but we can come back," that type of thing.
Yeah,
And
you
it's
got always
very,
cheerleader. Yes.
yeah, yeah, and it's all, I mean, I'm 98% positive. Well, I mean, I should say 98% of the time I'm positive. There's a few times when I know we're not living up to our ability. We're playing down to a team, and I might get on them a little bit. And they actually really appreciate that because I'm not like that all the time,
Right.
right? And that, 5% that I am, they've told me that's okay, coach. You're good.
Yep. You're good.
You're right. We weren't doing something that,
Right. Yes.
so when they'll
It's a
come out
it's a
and be fired up in the
recalibrate.
second half, and
You got to recalibrate sometimes. And
yeah,
it's
and
yeah,
and sometimes that having them drink, and we do, we've heard it, we talk about the red dot. Sometimes that, that's just a reset. We talk about that. Um, you know, and okay, that
yeah,
was a tough first half. Let's go out and
right.
I've had times where we are playing a much superior team in a tournament and getting our butts kicked. And, you know, this girl was seventh grade at the time, and she just said, if we can score 20 points total, that's a win,
Right.
right? And okay, good goal. Great goal. Let's go out and try to get 20.
Yeah.
Right? They're getting 60 on the other end, but
Right.
uh,
Let's reach our
but
goal. I agree. I love
let's
that.
reach our goal. And, like I always tell the kids too, you can lose and have a win, right? And you can have a win and have a
And have a
loss
loss.
and have a lot, right? So pick your goal, something to focus on in the second half. Make it clear, make it concise, make it one, maybe two things. If you want to tell a particular player, one thing that they could do a little bit better because it's in their wheelhouse to do that, for
Right.
sure. But it's got to be quick, short, something they can understand. Talk to them, and then ask them.
No, I love that. Anything else, Coach?
Yep. Go check out coachingyouthhoops.com for all your coaching needs. Tell a friend. And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star review that feeds
Yes.
the
And leave
algorithm.
some comments and leave a
Yeah,
comment. If you love this, leave a comment. We would love
keeps
to
us
hear,
energized, keeps
yeah,
us
what
going.
we're doing well, what we're not doing well. Like we would just love
Hit
to
us up
hear
on the
from you.
website too if there's any
Yep.
particular topics that you guys want to talk about this season. Or jump into our Facebook group. You can easily search for that on Facebook and search for Coaching Youth Hoops.
Yep. Go over and join that. All right. Till next week, Coach.
Till next week.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.